Welcome to our channel. In today's video, we're going to explore one of the most fascinating and ambitious experimental aircraft ever built, the Boeing X-32 Joint Strike Fighter prototype. This unique jet was Boeing's bold entry into one of the most important aircraft competitions in modern history, the Joint Strike Fighter, JSF. Program A, which aimed to design a next-generation multi-role fighter for the U.S. Air Force, Navy, and Marine Corps. Although the X-32 didn't win the competition, it played a crucial role in shaping the evolution of fifth-generation fighters and remains a remarkable example of innovation, risk-taking, and aerospace engineering brilliance. The story of the Boeing X-32 begins in the mid-1990s, when the U.S. Department of Defense launched the Joint Strike Fighter competition to replace several aging aircraft, including the F-16 Fighting Falcon, A-10 Thunderbolt II, Avenue 8B Harrier, and even the F/A-18 Hornet. The goal was to create one family of aircraft that could perform multiple missions across all branches of the military, from air superiority and strike missions to carrier operations and vertical takeoff and landing. It was one of the most ambitious projects ever undertaken in military aviation. Two aerospace giants stepped up to the challenge: Boeing, with its X-32, and Lockheed Martin, with its X-35. Both companies were awarded contracts in 1996 to build prototype aircraft for a head-to-head competition that would determine the future of U.S. and Allied air power for decades to come. Boeing's approach was daring and unconventional, emphasizing simplicity, cost efficiency, and modular design. The Boeing X-32 took to the skies for the first time on September 18, 2000, from Edwards Air Force Base in California. At first glance, the X-32 was unlike any other fighter. Its design was instantly recognizable, featuring a large, triangular delta wing, a wide air intake beneath the nose, and a bulky fuselage. While its looks were often criticized, every aspect of the X-32's design had a clear purpose. The large delta wing provided excellent lift and internal space for fuel, while the oversized intake allowed the jet's powerful engine to deliver strong thrust across all flight regimes. Powering the X-32 was the Pratt & Whitney JSF 119 engine, a modified version of the F-119 engine used in the F-22 Raptor. This engine delivered incredible performance, capable of propelling the X-32 to speeds approaching Mach 1.6, and more importantly, enabling the short takeoff and vertical landing STOVL capability required by the Marine Corps variant. To achieve vertical flight, Boeing's design used a unique direct lift system, where the engine's thrust was redirected downward through swiveling nozzles, providing lift without the need for an additional lift fan like Lockheed's X-35. This design made the aircraft mechanically simpler but presented challenges in stability and control during hover. During testing, the X-32 successfully demonstrated its ability to transition from conventional flight to vertical flight, a critical milestone in the JSF competition. It also completed carrier suitability trials, simulated strike missions, and air combat maneuvers. Test pilots praised the aircraft's smooth handling and stability, especially given its unconventional appearance. The X-32's large wing made it highly maneuverable at low speeds, an important feature for carrier landings and ground attack missions. Inside the cockpit, Boeing incorporated a modern glass cockpit design, featuring large multifunction displays and advanced flight controls. The pilot interface was designed for maximum situational awareness and easy operation, with fly-by-wire technology providing precise control and stability. The aircraft also featured stealth characteristics, with radar-absorbing materials and internal weapons based to minimize radar cross-section, a key requirements for modern stealth fighters. However, despite its technical achievements, the Boeing X-32 faced several significant challenges. One of the main issues was its direct lift STOVL system, which, while simple in concept, proved less efficient and less reliable than Lockheed's lift fan system. The X-32's engine had to perform both forward thrust and vertical lift duties, which made it more complex to control during hover and transition. Additionally, Boeing's decision to change the design mid-program, switching from the large delta wing to a more conventional tailplane design for production models created doubts about the feasibility of their concept within the program's strict timeline. Meanwhile, Lockheed Martin's X-35 prototype demonstrated smoother transitions between flight modes, better agility, and a design more adaptable to the differing needs of the Air Force, Navy, and Marine Corps. In the end, on October 26, 2001, the U.S. Department of Defense announced that Lockheed Martin had won the JSF competition, and the X-35 went on to become the F-35 Lightning II, the world's most advanced multi-role stealth fighter. Although Boeing's X-32 did not move into production, it left a lasting legacy. It provided invaluable data on stealth aerodynamics, vertical flight systems, and modular aircraft design. Many of the lessons learned during the X-32's development were later applied to other Boeing projects, including advances in fly-by-wire systems, composite materials, and fuel-efficient airframes. The X-32's bold experimentation pushed the boundaries of what was possible and contributed to the overall success of the Joint Strike Fighter program. Looking back, the X-32 was a remarkable achievement. It represented Boeing's fearless approach to innovation, prioritizing simplicity, cost-effectiveness, and performance over appearance. Despite its unusual look, the X-32 proved that a single aircraft design could potentially meet the demanding requirements of multiple military branches. It was a fighter built with practicality and engineering ingenuity, pushing forward the boundaries of modern aviation. Today, the two X-32 prototypes built during the JSF program are preserved in museums as reminders of this critical period in aerospace history. One can be seen at the National Museum of the United States Air Force in Dayton, Ohio, while the other resides at the Patuxent River Naval Air Museum in Maryland. They stand as symbols of competition, innovation, and technological progress, a proof that even projects that don't win can shape the future in profound ways. The Boeing X-32 may not have been the aircraft that went into mass production, but its contribution to aviation technology cannot be overlooked. It showcased new design ideas, expanded the understanding of stealth integration, and helped pave the way for the F-35 program that followed. Most importantly, it demonstrated Boeing's willingness to take bold risks in pursuit of the next generation of air superiority. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the story of the Boeing X-32 Joint Strike Fighter prototype, a jet that, though it never entered service, remains one of the most intriguing and innovative aircraft ever built. If you enjoyed learning about this unique fighter, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into the most fascinating aircraft in aviation history. Hit the notification bell so you never miss an upload. Stay tuned for our next video, and as always, keep your eyes on the skies.